back, everyone. This is Dragon Sky with you again, with another episode of Kerbal Space Program Career Mode. We're here in the Vehicle Assembly Bay again, or building, whichever you'd like to call it, with our Science Lab experiment that we're going to send to the moon just to try out the Science Lab. And I did realize that we need a way to bring our Kerbonaut that's going to be in the Science Lab home also. So we're going to do a couple of quick changes here by taking that off, and let's see. Actually, we're going to want to do this on both sides. But, let me think for a second. Okay, yeah, let's do this, just to make it easier. Go like that, with like that. And we don't really have any tiny engines yet, so oh, that'll look way funny, won't it? I didn't really want to add that much weight to do this, but might not have a choice because we don't have any of the tiny engines unlocked yet. So oops, I just tried that one. Yeah, that's just adding way more than I wanted to add. Good grief. Well, actually, okay, let's not worry about that for right now. We'll just have to go up and pick them up and bring them home, I think. Yeah, okay. So let's go back to what we were doing. Let's see. Excuse me. Put our crew in. We'll go with Dolong in the rotation and Samgun. We're going to leave that seat empty because Samgun's going to bring the experiments down into the Science Lab. And let's go ahead and launch. Our science experiment. As soon as it loads. Okay, really, you can go ahead and load now. There we go. Started to make me worry there for a moment. And I forgot the launch towers again. Now let's see if it breaks apart or not. No countdown because we want to make sure this gets off the ground before it falls apart. And And I think we're okay. I gotta really try and remember those. And Sam Gunn he's doing okay. And we should be okay on the other guy in the science lab. I just don't think they show him. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played around with this at all before, so. And we better throttle down a hair. So right now we're burning through that first stage of liquid fuel before we are the solid fuel, or faster than we are anyway. There we go. And I forgot to put lights on it. I apologize, everyone. We'll just make sure we land on the light side of the moon. Still picking up speed. We'll throttle back up here shortly. I just want to make sure we run out of the solid boosters before we run out of the liquid fuel in the starter set of tanks. These. (83 meters per second, 2,000 meters altitude, and I think just about throttle all the way up again, or at least more so. Try and get that punch out of the lower atmosphere anyway, so it's not quite as long of a liftoff as it was on the last mission to Minmus. Yeah, we should be okay there. Probably actually should have throttled back up a little bit sooner, but oh well. Getting ready to drop our solid boosters. Right about now. Alright, dropping a little bit of speed, but not bad. (4,000 meters altitude. Although we are getting ready to drop our first set of tanks, which is not the best. I mean, yeah, we'll have less weight, but we're going to have less thrust too, so I don't know. We should be okay. First set of tanks went. And we are losing more speed. Darn it. And Sam Gunn is really worried now. Alright, our speed is starting to stabilize. We should be okay. Beautiful sunrise, I believe. And is that the moon? I think that's the moon in the distance. I've never really seen it through the atmosphere before of Kerbin. That's kind of neat. Alright, we are picking up speed again. Not as much as I wanted, but again, I think we'll be okay. And again, I apologize for not putting lights on this thing. There you go, we can see it better now. It's quite rock solid and steady, probably because we have like way too many reaction wheels on this thing, but that's alright. Overkill. Alright, 140 meters per second at 9,000 meters altitude. Get ready to do our gravity turn, and we are picking up speed a lot better now. Up to 150 meters per second and climbing. And we've still got a fair amount of fuel left in our next set of tanks. Alright, let's go ahead and turn her over just a hair. Till we get up some more speed anyway. Oh yeah, he's just like, oh god, I'm gonna die. He is really worried. Alright, 12,000 meters altitude, 200 meters per second. We're going to go ahead and turn over a little bit more. So we should be pretty much out of the thick part of the atmosphere now, so we should really start to pick up some speed. Which is good, because we are getting low on those next set of tanks. You know, I wish when you switch to this initially, it would be facing the launch area. It never is, though. You always have to turn it. Which is kind of odd, in my opinion. 21,000 meters for an apoapsis. Yeah, we really don't want to... Oh, yeah, we ran out. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, we really don't have up as much speed as I wanted, but... That's alright, we'll keep plugging away. Yeah, see, our angle of attack is going down past what we're aiming for, which I don't really like that when that happens. 20,000 meters altitude, 25,000 meters apoapsis. Not too horribly bad. Still should have been better, but oh well. We'll deal with it. Sam Gun is still just freaking out. .5,000 meters and 30. Yeah, I really don't want to flip over anymore because we really don't have the speed for it, or the acceleration. Could always light up these top engines, but I don't really want to use that fuel up either. We may not have a choice. Alright, let's go ahead and try and flip over some more. Start getting some horizontal speed, hopefully. $40,000 for an apoapsis, 32,000 for a current. Yeah, we may be okay. See how that's dropping right there again already, though? I usually like to build my rockets with enough power to where that doesn't happen. It just makes getting into orbit so much easier. 47,000 and 37. Alright, let's flip over and kind of chase that apoapsis there. Or chase the angle, or whatever term you would like to use. Sam Gun really doesn't think he's even going to survive the orbital insertion, apparently. Okay, 930 meters per second. We're getting there. Okay, let's see where we're at. Almost into space with our apoapsis. Getting close to being done with these last set of double tanks. And I apologize for the length of the last video. Try and keep those build videos down a little bit, otherwise I may have to start splitting them. I don't really want to split them, but may have to. Alright, we're getting ready to drop our next set of tanks here. 58,000 for an altitude and plenty for our apoapsis. So let's kill the engines till we get a little bit closer. We are almost out of fuel in those though. Accelerate up. And again, I apologize for forgetting to put on lights because we are approaching the dark side of the planet. Alright, and throttle back up. Just in time to watch those run out and switch to our last tank. Any better of a view off this? Really, right there. Starting to go past our apoapsis. That's okay though, we are pretty close to being in orbit. And we will actually have more fuel left than I expected. See, our current altitude is 74,000 and dropping. That's right though, we're about ready to hit orbit. With more than half of this left. Okay, question. Should we leave that big tank on? Or go ahead and drop it so it drops back down to the planet? If we leave it on, bring this whole thing back, we could kind of leave it up as a temporary fuel depot after we return from the moon. Yeah, let's do that. Just never hurts to have a little extra fuel in space, and we can always bring her down later if we want. So, let's finish our orbital insertion. Close enough. And kick out our solar panels. I know you can't see them very well, and again, I can't apologize enough for that. But, let's see. There we go. Yep, those went out okay, and I apparently forgot to put these on. Boy, I thought I did. On the I forgot what it's called. The action groups. There we go. Action groups. Although it looks like one of them did come out. That's kind of weird. But all of them should be out now. There we go. Yep. Alright, now let's kill this engine. If it'll let me. There we go. Shut down. And we're going to activate all four of these. There we go, because they are more efficient than the skipper engine. And since we're going to leave this attached, we want to save as much fuel as we can. And let's do a quick burn, so the computer kind of knows how much thruster we're getting out of these. So we can set up our Mooner insertion burn, or arrival burn, or transit burn, any other number of ways to put it. I know I'm highly huge on the technical terms today, apparently. Alright, and that gives us a huge apoapsis. There we go. That ain't bad. In that neighborhood anyway for the initial burn. That says it's going to take 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Okay, for the interest of decent video, let's turn that one back on, because that is just... I don't think you guys want to hear me ramble for 4 minutes with not a whole lot to say, so... Test burn, yeah, that's a lot less of a burn. Minute and 17 seconds. Alright, let's orient ourselves roughly to where we want to point. There it is. Yeah, if I wanted to bore you guys to death, then we'd use those 4 smaller engines only and save the fuel, but we shouldn't use all that much fuel anyway. Here we go. And let's get closer to our burn. Right about past it. Straighten back out. There we go. Yeah, that's far less of a burn than over 4 minutes. Seconds left to go. Sam Gun is not freaking out anymore, which is good. We might actually drop that big tank on the moon, maybe. We aren't going to have as much left of it as I thought. Of course, that's when I was planning on only using the 4 smaller engines. And let's see. Alright, let's kill our... There we go. And just do it manually now. I don't like leaving the maneuver node up because it's hard to see what you're actually trying to look at. There we go. 40,000 meters. And here's one of the things I like about RCS. When you are in the early stages of your burn, instead of waiting until you get closer to the planet, or at least your target, you can adjust with it fairly easily with your RCS only. And it hardly uses any fuel. See, I'm just thrusting forward a little bit with the RCS, and our numbers are dropping. There we go. That's right about what I wanted. That's better. Yeah, RCS just makes it so much easier in the early stages like that. Alright, let's quick save. Again, not going to use it unless we have a hardware issue, or not a hardware issue. Well, yeah, that would really suck, but a software issue. There we go. Okay, and let's time warp. Make sure we do it so we keep our moon periapsis. Alright, what do we end up with? Not bad, not too far off. Remember it said 12 just before the gravity of the moon asserted itself. I had it in one more notch of fast forward than I usually like to have it when I hit those, so it did mess it up a little bit, dropped it down to 10,000 meters, but we can live with that, so. Let's get a little closer, hit our orbit. And then that'll probably be all the time we have for this episode. Next episode we'll actually do the science and test the science lab and see how it works, basically. That'll be good enough for right there. Get our cells lined up, and then we will time warp until our burn area, or point, or etc., etc. Right about. Pretty close anyway. 17-second burn is what it's calling for. That doesn't sound too far off. Right about 8 seconds. Oh, yeah, went past it. And doing our moon orbit burn. Right about. There we go. And what did we end up with? 10,037. Does it look like we're going to smack into the moon? Not too bad. Samgun is, however, freaking out again. That's alright. You'll be fine, man. Alright, let's orient ourselves to how we want. And then we will call it an episode. Oh, a little bit past it. There we go. Alright, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe if you want. And hopefully you found this video somewhat entertaining. Until next time, when we land to grab some science and test out the science lab, this is Dragon Sky, and I will catch you later.